Welcome to quarter 2 of math. So the first unit we're going to talk about are math properties. And just to front load you with some information, you need to know a few key words. The word commutative means the order in which numbers are ordered. If you think about the root word to commute, you commute from home to school and school to home. If you go from home to school, let's say that's 5 miles. Well, it's going to take you 5 miles to get back from home to, or from school to home. So the order in an addition and multiplication problem doesn't really matter as long as it's multiplication and addition. So commutative, think of commute. Associative means grouping. So I know that a lot of you all have associates, as in groups of friends. So let's say that Mary and Jack and Jill are all talking together. It doesn't matter how they're grouped, they're all still talking. So in an addition let me mess up. In an addition and multiplication problem only, grouping does not matter. The word identity means how to make it the same, like how to make a 5 a 5, or how to make an X an X. And distributive means sharing, like many of you bring candy to school and share amongst your friends. But it means equally sharing, not just sharing to the people that you want to share with. Another word that you need to know from a unit previous to this one is the word variable. And variable just means it can change. They're usually letters like A, B, X, S, because it's not assigned a value. So, the first property is the commutative property. The commutative property shows that the order of the numbers does not change the answer to an addition or multiplication problem only. So here's some examples. 4 plus 2. You all know that 4 plus 2 is 6. But in math, 4 plus 2 can also equal 2 plus 4 because the orders have switched. They just switched places. And it equals exactly the same thing. That's how we get order from commutative. Same thing with 7 plus 12. 7 plus 12 equals 12 plus 7. If we use our variables like in algebra, we can say that A plus B equals B plus A because A has to be the same thing. Like if you assign A as a 1, then it has to be 1 plus 2 equals 2 plus 1. So they have to be the same on both sides. For multiplication, ordered, 4 times 2 is the same thing as 2 times 4. 6 times 5 is the same thing as 5 times 6. And A times B is the same thing as B times A. So it all has to do with order. Anytime you see any order different in a problem, that means it's a commutative property. The next one is the associative property. And the associative property shows that the grouping of the numbers does not change the answer of a multiplication or addition problem only. So let's say that Mary, Jack, and Jill are talking. Well, here Jack and Jill are talking and Mary's not saying anything. But here, Mary and Jack are talking and Jill's not saying anything. So they're all still talking together, but like 2 plus 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 is 7, and 7 plus 2 is 9. Here in this problem, 2 plus 3 is 6. 5, not 6, I just multiplied. And 5 plus 4 is 9. So you still get the same answer. It's just the order's the same, the way they're grouped in parentheses is different. Same thing with 6 plus 9 plus 7, and 6 plus 9 plus 7. And then A plus B plus C on the outside is the same thing as A plus B plus C. Same thing with multiplication. Order is the same. Have to be in the same order. 2, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, but the parentheses are in different places. The last one is the identity property. And the identity property shows that the sum of any number and 0 is the same number as you start with, and that the product of any number and 1 is that number. So, some examples. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 20 is 0. X plus 0 is x. So that's pretty self-explanatory. You just add 0 or multiply by 1. Something that you need to know for the questions is an additive inverse. Inverse just means backwards. So instead of trying to get that original number, you're going to try to get 1. So an example would be 4/9. The opposite of 4/9, or how you can get 4/9 to be 1, is to multiply it by 9/4. So let's look at some questions. Which properties are these? These are the first two questions on the right side of your page. 3 plus 9 equals 9 plus 3. Well, I know that they're the same numbers, but they're not in the same order. So what property has to do with order? And that would be commutative. Number 2. 7 times 13 times 5 equals 7 times 13 times 5. In this problem, the order is the same, but they're just grouped differently in parentheses, so that would be associative. And then you can do the rest on your own. At the bottom, it's giving you the property, and they want you to make it true. So number 1 is the associative property of multiplication. So 9 times 7 times 8 is 9 times 7 times 8. You're just moving the parentheses to different ones, but they have to be in the same order. Number 2, the multiplicative inverse of 3 times what is 1? What can I multiply by 3? Well, I just do the reciprocal, which we talked about in a couple units previous. That will be 1/3. 3 times 1/3 equals 1. So finish. Oh.
The other one.
There we go. 3 times 1/3. Okay. So finish the rest of those on your paper.